Ho, 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 and welcome to the second Christmas episode that we're doing. And it's not 80s. We're still in the 90s for another Christmas classic, or will it be? Who knows? But we are covering the wonderful, there you go, I've said it already, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992 film, starring, of course, Macaulay Culkin, but Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, Catherine O'Hara, everyone's back again. Here's the trailer.
Of all the familiar sounds of Christmas, surely this one is the most beloved. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
My family's in Florida and I'm in New York.
Funnily enough, we never lose our luggage.
Once again, the family that loves staying together
Can I help you? Reservation for McAllister?
couldn't be further apart.
He's in New York.
This is a vacation.
Only two things could ruin this vacation, and they just hit town.
Hiya, pal.
Stop that child! Damn it! Where'd he go?
I'm up here. Come and get me.
You gotta do better than this, kid!
Don't you know a kid always wins against two idiots?
Oops!
Did you guys give up? Have you had enough pain?
Never!
What kind of idiots do you have working here?
The finest in New York.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
You wearing aftershave? That's kerosene. Now, why would anybody soak a rope in kerosene?
Merry Christmas.
Okay, what do we think of the trailer?
It sells it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be heading to the cinema after seeing that.
Yeah. Would you like more of the same, basically? Would you like more of the same in a city? Yep. Yeah, sold. You don't need to sell that. That sells itself, I think. But anyway, for those watching on video, they already know what I'm about to say and introduce. But for those who are listening on audio, we have some special guests. Would you all like to introduce yourself? Starting with Dom and guest.
Well, I'm joined by my little Santa's helper. Do you want to say who you are and how old you are?
I'm Rose and I'm 11 years old.
Welcome, Rose. You're very welcome. Very welcome. And downstairs to me is my little elf. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, okay, why not? I'm Amy. I'm amazing and I'm 12 years old.
Yeah. Word.
Amazing Amy.
There you go. Well, the amazing Amy. Well, that's what we'll refer to you as. And Joe, like you need an introduction, but please do.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Okay. Well, with that nondescript, with all that, the Christmas cheer is billowing throughout this podcast. So yes, I'm sure we're going to be fine. So, scores on the doors then for this. I don't know. Shall I go? I don't know. No, I'll go last.
Yeah, you should go last.
Yeah, okay. I'll go last. Let's do the order of introductions then. So, the Hardman household. I need to call you the team. Team Hardman.
Papa Dom. And who are you? If we've got amazing Amy, who are you?
Rock and Rose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Rockin' Rose.
Yeah,
Fine,
yeah,
very good.
okay.
Yeah. So look, I'll go first then, shall I? And you say what you think, Rose. So I thought, yeah, proper Christmas film this time, unlike certain other debatable options that we've watched recently.
There's no debate, but yeah. Okay.
And I think if you loved Home Alone, you will like this. It's an excellent sequel, not quite up there with the original, but highly entertaining. And the set piece action scene, the siege at the house, where they go through their roll call of violent interventions against the sticky bandits, is a fantastic bit of film, I thought. So for me, it's a solid 8 out of 10.
Wow, nice, good opener. Rockin' Rose.
Well, I thought it was nearly as good as the first film.
Okay.
But it repeated not the stuff in the first film, but it had like lots of violence, well, funny ones though, like the first film. So I'm going to give it a 9.
Wow, 9.
9 out of 10 for funny violence. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Wow. Where next? Amy.
Oh God.
Amazing Amy.
Can I just say it, just without any context? Just
Well, usually context helps, but if you just want to give a score and move on, then
it's a 10. There's nothing wrong with it.
okay. Wow. Blimey. 10.
Nothing.
Nothing. No. I'm sure we'll. Even though it seems like we all have a lot of love for it. I mean, Joe's coming next, so maybe that'll stop it in its tracks. But there are things that are implausible. Just would never happen, and we'll take a gentle look at that. It doesn't mean we don't love it any less. Joe, are you going to be the party pooper? Are you going to be the Grinch? Or are you going to be
I don't know.
Santa Claus?
I will say it's the best Home Alone sequel.
Well, that's
Count for anything?
no. We will go into the Home Alone sequels, by the way, because wow.
No, but I will say it is a good sequel. Like where some of them are just horrible. I did like the first Home Alone, and like Dom, I agree. I think the first one is better. This is more of the same, and it's a little bit more of like the old Warner Brothers cartoons, like where like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. You get a lot of that, like when they're in the is it the uncle's apartment or condo or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes, but it's fun though. It's definitely, they up the violence, like Rose had said too, So I will give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
That's not that bad.
It's not. Well, okay.
I can't give it. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel.
You can't lift it to an 8 slightly, Not that we're doing averages. Okay.
Maybe by the end I will, if you guys can convince me.
All right. Okay. Well, my Christmas jumper should be. For those on audio, that means absolutely nothing. 3 of us have got the Christmas jumper on. But anyway, yes. Please tune into YouTube and find out. Anyway, what did I think of it? Well, it's a 9. It's a 9 for me because it's as good. It's on a par. The first one's a 9. This one's a 9. They're just. There are. Oh, maybe I'm being a bit mean. Do you know what? It's Christmas. Go on, I'm going to give it a 10 then. But I've got to give Home Alone a 10 because they're pretty much indistinguishable. Which one do I slightly prefer? This one, the second one. But that's not taking anything away from the first. It was a product of its time. It stood the test of time. Here we are talking about it now in glowing terms. And what, 31 years, well, nearly 31 years, 30 years later, we're still talking about it. So, yes, this isn't Cousin Eddie's Beach Adventure National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, which, Dom, I know you're, I think even you've forgotten that exists. But yeah, so I'm going to go with you, Amy. I'm going to give it an extra mark to offset Mr. Grinch at the bottom. Yeah.
I'm only a half a point away from Dom, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's a big half point.
7.5 is actually a good score in my book.
All right, okay.
Can I just say, there's another movie. It's not necessarily Christmassy, but it's another movie that's a 10.
Oh, we scattergunning. We're going all over the place.
I know, but it's got to be Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls is the best movie, and technically it's Christmassy. It's like Christmassy, Halloweeny, everything-y.
So it's basically not Christmassy or Halloweeny because it goes all over the place.
There is some Christmas stuff in there.
Yeah, the Christmas dance to Jingle Bell Rock. I learned it, and it's amazing.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
when we switch the podcast and we do the 2000s, then yes, you're quite welcome. By that time, you might be 30 or something. I don't know, but we'll get there. We'll get there. You can quite happily lead the Mean Girls podcast there. I've said it.
Okay.
There you go. You can
Yeah,
come back
sure.
and look at this. Right. Well, some great scores. I think we should go into roll call before we discuss the film. So here we go. Here's roll call.
Roll call.
Oh, he speaks. he's
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's great. I'll try and mix it in so it'll be, my editing skills. They are not legendary at all. So let's start with Macaulay Culkin. Can anyone give me, and this is for Rockin' Rose and Amazing Amy, can you give me another Macaulay Culkin film?
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck?
Yeah, that's one.
Absolutely. I'm a kid. That's my job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rose, she's already taken the one that probably most people know, because some of the others are. He did stuff in a short amount of time, and that was enough for him to, retire on. From a Macaulay Culkin point of view, in order to do this film, which he got paid £4.5 million for, and I think he was 11 when he filmed it. Was he?
And he got 5% of the gross as well, I read.
Did he?
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Wow.
Wow.
My
That
God.
guy.
And the gross was 358 million. Wow. Oh, no wonder he just idles his time away on podcasts now and invites Buzz and people like that from his past to talk about it.
He did star in Richie Rich later on, didn't he? Perhaps he played it from his experience. Yeah.
Definitely. He did make a film in between called just after Home Alone 2, My Girl. I thought that was quite nice. I thought that was all right.
But I mean, it's not. I guess it's been out for a while. Spoiler: he dies in the most horrific way.
Yes.
So I don't know. If
Well, there
that's
you
like-
are, Amy. Okay, we won't be watching that then.
Yeah, don't watch that one.
Equally,
And,
don't watch The Good Son either.
I was going to say, yeah. Although Elijah Wood's in that one.
Macaulay Culkin. So basically, this kid. I think if I remember right, he has to go and live with his uncle, and he gets to know his cousin, and his cousin's Macaulay Culkin, and his cousin, the kid, like, does all these horrific things, and he the part of doing Home Alone 2 was give me the money, and also he'll do it if you let him do The Good Son, because it was his dad that said that and said that's the deal. Otherwise, I want him to not just be typecast as Kevin McAllister. And they tried it, and it flopped very, very badly. And then he just disappeared. He pops up now and again.
His father ruined his career.
Yeah.
And he was very controlling. He also, I think that they pushed to have that Nutcracker movie made with him in it, which you might like, Amy, because I know you're into ballet and all that. So he's in the Nutcracker. He did a movie, and he was into ballet too. That's why he wanted to do it. So he's practiced ballet for years. But I don't know if that didn't make a big chunk at the box office either. But again, it was the father saying, it's like, well, look, we want to do this. It's like, my son has to be the star. He has to have top billing and all that. But I think you'd like it if you get a chance. Magically, maybe your dad could find it somewhere for you.
Magically.
Yeah, Dad, it's down to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the case. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's sad because like you would think that he had so much promise, and I would have loved to seen a Home Alone 3 with him in it. And even now, I'd like to see him revisit that character as a father and have children of his own. It might not be good, but I still would like to see him, as Kevin. And I know. Sorry, go ahead. No, you go.
I definitely thought he had talent as a child actor. Usually, children being the weakest link in these films, but I thought his range and his physical comedy was really good in this movie. So yeah, it'd be interesting, as you say, to see how he was these days and if he can play it like that again.
Well, you're in luck, everyone. It's a Christmas miracle. It's a Christmas wish come true. There is still in development. Ryan Reynolds is going to make Stoned Alone with Macaulay Culkin as an older Kevin who now sells weed.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody wants to see that one, though.
I don't think anybody wants to see. Have you seen? I mean, Macaulay Culkin hasn't exactly aged well, should we say?
I will say he seemed like he was spoiled, like from all the press that I read, back in the day. Because who wouldn't be? Like, I mean, this kid is making millions of dollars. Everybody wants him. Everybody's bending over backwards for him. But he's grounded now. Like when you see him, seems like a really nice guy. It might have been a good move for him to walk away from Hollywood.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have a think about this because we'll come up to it. If you could set a trap, this is for you, Amy and Rose. If you could set a trap, have a think about what trap you'd set. Okay, so we'll come back to that at some point. So you can put your thinking caps on.
I need a pen and paper.
There, you're not going to draw it.
I'm going to do it on yours.
Oh, what my work stuff? Yeah, please don't show that to the camera. That's a sackable offence. Next character, Joe Pesci. Isn't Joe Pesci versatile? And there's probably one for you, Dom, because I know we chatted about it. But he's versatile.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, says from the Scorsese stable and has been in some of the epic films from the 70s and 80s and more than holds his own there. For me, he's the star of Goodfellas over De Niro or any of the other actors. And then to be able to kind of play mainstream blockbuster comedy to this degree, I think is, you're right. He's very, very versatile. In fact, it's probably only De Niro, who I know has sold out somewhat these days and will feature in anything since he lost all his money to Bernie Madoff. But with analyze this and analyze that, he's also got that capability too. But yeah, Joe Pesci, awesome actor. I'd watch him in any type of role.
That's a weird. I'm not sure I'd agree that Robert De Niro does comedy well.
I think he's got less range. He does play a version of himself, and Pesci's got that greater versatility. But I think analyze this, analyze that. Good comic performances. Some of the other stuff less.
Oh, exactly. You've got My Cousin Vinny, purely comedy. Leo Getz in Lethal Weapon, comedy in an action film, and then you've got the guy that does the most, abhorrent things in the gangster arena with Casino, Goodfellas, The Irishman. So yeah, I think that's. I wouldn't have De Niro as pure comedy.
No, not pure comedy, of course. No.
But My Cousin Vinny's a good film.
No, I understand what Dom is saying. De Niro did sell out because would have loved to seen him do more dramas, more gangster movies. But yeah, he did Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers and Bullwinkle.
Rocky Bullwinkle, we'll never forget that.
So yeah, it's sad to see him go that route. And I guess Pesci went out on a high note. And then they brought him back for The Irishman, which he was pretty good in that too.
Yeah, definitely. He was also in Easy Money. As you pointed out, he was the bad guy in Moonwalker. I'm not sure he actually really should have really done that in an otherwise probably unblemished record. Yes, the bad guy in Moonwalker, but still.
Are we all saying career highlight is Goodfellas, or is anybody make a case for it?
Yeah, I don't think that can be. I don't think that can be bettered. That's just.
It's tough because again, he's great in Casino and he's great in Raging Bull too. But I love all three of those movies, and but yeah, probably Goodfellas is what he's mostly known for.
Okay, so moving on to Daniel Stern, Diner, two films we've covered on the podcast: Blue Thunder and Leviathan. Leviathan was dreadful. Blue Thunder is wonderful, where he plays Jaffa in that. City Slickers 1 and 2, but again, he's probably always going to be known for Marv in Home Alone. Is always going to be his big thing. I think he's great. I think he's genuinely comes across as a nice guy. So yeah, Daniel Stern. Any more else? Anyone else?
He was the voiceover of Kevin in the Wonder Years. I don't know if you got that show over there.
Yeah, we did. Oh, I didn't pick that one up. See, thank you, Joe. You help filling in the gaps.
Oh,
But
my
meanwhile, we have Catherine O'Hara. Now, I think she's great.
pleasure.
Obviously, in the first film, the breakout was Beetlejuice. Yes, we've covered that as well. But then you've got Dick Tracy, Betsy's Wedding with Alan Alda and Molly Ringwald, Wyatt Earp, and then she gets in with the crowd from Spinal Tap. Now, one thing I didn't research is I'm assuming she's married to one of them because she's in Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, Mighty Wind, all of the ones that they made afterwards. And so, yeah,
I don't know.
It's
possible.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mostly know her from Second City Television. That was my first.
We didn't get that. Yeah.
Yeah, my first experience, and she was really funny in that. Like, they were all stars. I mean, you had John Candy, Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy, Dave Thomas. It was such a Martin Short. It was such a great show.
I know. I need to see if I can watch that. I need to watch that on YouTube if I can get it. But I think she's got great comic timing. I think she's. I do like the bit on the plane, and we do like the. Well, I think I'm forgetting something. You know, there's an uncomfortable feeling here. Next one's John Howard, so plays Kevin's dad. You always think he's got one of those faces that he's been in loads of things, and he really hasn't. He was in Big with Tom Hanks. He was in 5 episodes of The Sopranos. Now, I can't remember either. And his last big film was Sharknado. Oh dear.
Not a good career.
No, not really. Macaulay Culkin had a better career than his dad, in some ways. Frank, Gary Bamman. He was also in The Secret of My Success. He played pretty much the same character, the sort of sycophantic assistant to the boss. He was also in the Bodyguard. I think he's a good character. Do we like him? Do we all think he's a bit?
Who?
So Frank, get out of here, you little pervert.
This is the uncle we're talking about.
Yeah, the uncle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't like him.
You don't like him? Well, then he's doing fantastic acting because you're not supposed to like him. What do you think, Rose? You like him?
Yeah, when in the first scene when they had the candles on Kevin's ears and he was laughing his head off when he was in his hand. That was cool.
Yeah, that's a bit mean, but yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely an obnoxious character in this. But I think the casting of this film, they perhaps purposefully do character actors around because they don't want to distract from the main three who are Macaulay Culkin and the 2 sticky bandits.
Yeah.
And everybody else plays their roles very well, I think. But it's no massive surprise that none of them have really gone on to have stellar careers. You know, perhaps as you say, the mother's gone on to have the most successful career out of all of them. But yeah, the rest of them are decent character actors, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. That's well summed up. And with that, we have Kieran Culkin, obviously. What's Fuller and his Pepsi bed problem.
But yeah, perhaps he's the immediate contradiction to what I've just said because he's eclipsed his brother with Succession.
Succession, absolutely. Yeah.
Beth and I are big fans of that. Bit old for you, Rose, sadly. But
you'll like it when you grow up.
What a series that is, and he's one of the absolute highlights in it, in my opinion.
One for you, Amy. Do you like Fuller? Kieran Culkin, his brother.
He's all
because
right.
he was in Father of the Bride. He's the kid in Father of the Bride. Plays Matty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do like Father of the Bride, don't we?
I love Frank.
Frank. Everyone loves Frank. Definitely. So yeah, Father of the Bride 1 and 2. She's All That. I remember him in that. He was pretty good. Scott Pilgrim versus the World and Succession. And you're going to go, why have you left these 2 to last? These are bigger stars than anybody. We have first Tim Curry. Where do we start with Tim Curry? Anyone? Bueller?
So this
Are
was
you?
the concierge, the main guy at the hotel.
Oh yeah.
Do you recognise him from anything else?
I recognise his face, but
Okay. I'm trying to think. I've got this list here, and I'm like going, nope, you wouldn't have watched that. You might have watched a couple of them on the list. It's not a test, but if you can think of any, I could probably tell you. Amy, you haven't watched anything with him in.
Yeah, I don't.
wait, I've watched Clue, and he was in that.
Oh, brilliant! You've watched Clue.
That's one of our all-time favourite family films. Clue.
Oh, I didn't know it was a family. Right, okay. I thought it was one of yours, but I didn't know it was family-wise. Oh, okay.
It's kind of 90% family-friendly, and some of the other jokes go whoosh, so it's acceptable viewing. But yeah, we're big fans of Clue, aren't we? In fact, we haven't seen that for ages, have we?
No.
Oh, I need to watch it. It's been years and years and years since I've seen it. So yeah, I will definitely make that a priority. I think we've got quite a lot of the Christmas movies out the way so far, so we're doing all right. Joe? Tim Curry?
Well, his breakout role was Rocky Horror.
Absolutely. Frankenfurter. Yeah.
And it was, again, it was a great performance by him. And of course, he scared the hell out of people as a psychotic clown or whatever you want to call it.
Pennywise, the dancing clown. Yes.
It's sad. I think he could have done so much more. I think he would have been a brilliant Joker. I think he's done the voice for the Joker, but I'm not sure if it was ever published, but for like an animated series, and I don't think it went through. But he does. I think didn't he play Captain Hook?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, the Disney fans love him for that,
Right.
But yeah, no, he's a great actor, and I know he's not doing so well right now. He hasn't. He has something where he's not able to act anymore. He's
done a lot of voiceovers. If you look over the last sort of 7 to 8 years, it's mostly voiceovers now that he's doing. And I think he moved into that in probably about sort of dipped his toe in about 20 years ago, but now that's all he does.
He's in Legend.
Yes, well, I've got the list, yeah. Legend.
I
the
love
two films
him in
I
Legend.
thought that you might have seen, Rose, because I definitely know that Amy hasn't, are Muppet Treasure Island, where he plays Long John Silver. I don't know if you've watched Muppet Treasure Island.
I've tried to get them into the Muppets. I was a huge fan when I was a kid, but they won't give
What?
in.
There's not even
Muppets.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
No.
I'm with
Girls Before
Rose.
Swine. Yeah. Yeah, they might have to leave now.
I watched Muppet Christmas Carol the other day, and so many people I know love that movie.
Yes.
And I'm forcing myself to try to watch that movie. I know you guys, I know the family, Charlie's family loves it and all that, but everyone at WDWNT loves it. And so I'm trying to be part of your group, but I can't. It's not my favorite Scrooge movie or Christmas Carol movie.
Not even with the inclusion of the song, the 30th anniversary. It's suddenly complete.
It's okay, but they could have left it cut out. I think, again, some fans are just a little nutty when it comes to why was that taken out. It slowed down the movie a little bit, I will say. Although I don't like Jeffrey Katzenberg, so I'm kind of glad that they rag on him for taking it out. But I know you guys love that movie.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, Amy, what do you give? Let me guess. Muppets Christmas Carol out of 10.
I'd give it a solid 10.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So you should have your own podcast called Solid Tens.
Yeah, just 10 movies.
You're just doing 10 movies.
It's like
No, yeah,
there's a lot
exactly.
on
Yeah,
Hey.
the poster behind you, Dad.
Oh, 10. That's a 10.
It's
easily.
a 10.
It's an 11.
Well, back to the view. Well, the thing about it is, so if you go through it, okay, for those on audio, right, just forgive us for the next 60 seconds. But if you want to see what we were doing, go and tune into YouTube. So I've got my Back to the Future poster. Admittedly, it's the one with Eric Stoltz that I can't show for legal reasons, because he'll probably sue me or, I don't know, start rocking as the bad memories come back. That's a 10. Stripes up here. That's a 10. Jaws here. That's a 10. They don't make it on there. Oh, I've got Airwolf there. Okay, Airwolf the film. That's a 6. But Airwolf was pretty good. So yeah, we've got Jaws, got Ghostbusters. Gremlins I'd give an 8. So there, you know. Yeah, solid 10. There you go. That's what you're going to do as your podcast. You can you can use this.
Yeah, just say
Those are
today.
literally all my movies that have 10s.
Right.
Mean Girls, Home Alone 2.
If you want setting up, honestly,
God.
if this is how we're going to discuss it live on a podcast, and you'd like to set up a podcast, I'll help you. We'll call it Solid 10.
What I would do is,
And Dom takes a cut. Oh no, Joe takes a cut because he came up with a name.
Maybe you can invite Rose. If you a couple of 10 out of 10 films in your book.
Yeah, what would you
I
think?
know some TV programs.
Not TV programs. We're going to try and wean you off those.
I don't know.
Oh, it's putting you on the spot a bit.
I'm trying to think.
Tell you what, we'll come back to you. She's come up with her trap for the sticky bandits.
Oh, excellent!
There's even a picture, so she's she needs a couple of minutes to come up
Brilliant.
with her creative juices flowing. So we'll come back to Rose for a solid 10.
Okay, well we'll just finish roll call. I'll just do a bit about the other movies, and then yes, I would love to see the traps. That's great. So Tim Curry, you also got Annie. He's pretty good in that. Clue, which I had down there. He's the doctor in, and I always find a way to shoehorn it in. The Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a blink and you'll miss him.
It's not at all. He's integral to it. He's the one that's
Well, he doesn't even.
he's questioning them.
But he doesn't even look like himself. That's my issue too.
No,
I
he
didn't
does.
realize it was him. I knew he was in the movie, but I didn't realize it was him.
Yeah, he's the
until
doctor.
afterwards.
He's
Okay.
protesting. Captain. Loaded Weapon 1. Yeah, well, a lot of people were in that. Your favourite, Joe, Emilio Estevez. Muppet Treasure Island, yeah, and lots of voiceovers. And then lastly, the Pigeon Lady, who is actually in trivia, is called, I think she was called Annie. I think you find out in some way that she's called Annie. Anyone want a shot at Brenda Fricker?
Oh, I know. My Left Foot.
Okay, yeah.
She was quite big. She was a TV actress in the UK, isn't she? She's Irish. I think. So
Yeah.
she was in Casualty for years, wasn't she?
That's right, yeah.
And
Yeah, you could say it, Joe.
So
Say it.
I married an axe murderer.
Yes. Did you happen to see the most beautiful? Shut it, May.
That's good.
It's great. I genuinely like that film. I listened to a podcast, the one that we listened to, Dom. That shut the movies. And they covered Sarah Married an Axe Murderer. They didn't like it, and I didn't forgive them for about 3 weeks after that.
Hey, Joe needs to listen to the next one because they do. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I know you're a Vinnie Jones fan. So
wow, okay.
Oh yeah, no, I like that movie too.
Yeah. You need to listen to the latest episode then, because that's.
We'll put it on the WhatsApp, Joe. You need to.
Okay.
You need to listen
Cool.
to these. They're pretty good. Rob Schneider. Basically, he's in anything with Adam Sandler makes, pretty much. He was also in Judge Dredd. Sylvester Stallone. I know, I'm sorry, but you know, you can contractually obliged. Ali Sheedy in A Blink and You'll Miss It.
Oh yeah, I went through trivia of my own and I saw that she was in it and I was like, she was, and I had to rewind it to see her.
And Ali Sheedy, we discussed. Please go and listen to all the John Hughes things that we covered in I think season 3. And of course Donald Trump, celebrity, president, controversial, but yes, he's in it. Basically,
His pre-Orange days, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we discussed this where like they in Canada they cut out that scene of him in the lobby, which is crazy because he does own that hotel, so
yeah,
his writing or his presence is throughout the whole movie. I'm surprised. Yeah.
Did you know that, Amy?
Yeah, you told me. I was gonna say that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, did you know he
Glad
owned?
you said it for me.
Did you know he owned the hotel?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
he bought it.
we've
for-
stayed there.
You did.
What?
The Trump Hotel in New York, yeah. So we were there for Rose's 5th birthday, and it was my 40th. So milestone year, and Rose happened to be 5 when we were over there. So we booked it like 18 months in advance when Donald Trump was just best known as a TV personality, and maybe people in America were aware he had political ambitions, but I wasn't. So you know, it's So we booked to stay at his hotel for a week, and every day we went. By the time that we got there, we had to navigate our way through protesters in and out of the hotel. So that put a slight damper on things. But yeah, brilliant location and great stay.
You're there for a bit of history when you know. But anyway, there we go. That's roll call. Unless anyone else has one of the bit players or something, or bit actors. Well, go on.
I've got one. The mum.
We've done the mum.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah. I think you were too busy designing your trap.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you were getting a banana.
Yeah, I like bananas.
Okay, there's nothing on the top of that, is it?
No, it's just a clean page. I just
Right. Okay,
know.
that's fine. Okay, no. We'll get to traps in a moment. Let's just. I just needed to just talk about the sequels. I'm not going to go into them, but here's what happens in the 4 sequels to Home Alone. Well, to Home Alone 2. Home Alone 3 doesn't deal with Kevin McAllister. It deals with a kid called Alex who gets chickenpox and then recovers. 4 international criminals are stealing cloaking technology that cloaks missiles. There's a mix-up at the airport, and one of the bags goes in, and they know it's the row of houses, and they finally see that it's Alex's house, and they try to get it back with hilarious consequences. There's no secret that the first Home Alone made $476 million. The second one made $358 million, which I thought it earned more, but the third one, $79 million. And that's probably because people just said, oh, it's another Home Alone film, and then went, oh, this is terrible. Home Alone 4 in 2002, Taking Back the House, it was called. Kevin's parents have now separated, and he lives with his mum. But one of the sticky bandits breaks out of prison. It's not even anybody that's in this film, so it's all completely different actors. So he has to spend Christmas with his dad and his rich girlfriend, Natalie, and then one sticky bandit.
Wait, so the fourth one actually had Kevin in it, but it was a different actor playing
But a
him?
different actor, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, absolutely. Home Alone, The Holiday Heist in 2012. Okay, this description defies any logic whatsoever. It deals with the Baxter family. And if somebody could look up, is that the uncle? Because if it is...
I'm on it.
Okay. Are you? All right, okay.
I guess.
I'd just go to Home Alone 2. This is going to show a gap in my research, but... Oh. Yeah, maybe. Who's going to be first? Ooh, tension.
What is it called?
I'm not even sure how these are part of the same franchise, really, apart from the fact that they've got the words Home Alone in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, was the house ever back?
No.
What was it called?
Home Alone, The Holiday Heist. Don't worry. I don't think anyone can find it. But anyway, it deals with the Baxter family, so I assume they're part of the main one. They moved to a haunted house, right? And the kid designed traps to catch the ghosts, but unfortunately, four people are robbing the house, and they fall into the traps that he laid for the ghost. I couldn't want to watch that less if I tried. It just doesn't make any sense. And then last year we got Home Sweet Home Alone, which is, well, it deals with the married couple. It doesn't even deal with like the character. So, I mean, you and I talked about that, Joe.
Yeah, doesn't it take place in England too?
Does it? All right, yeah. I
so.
didn't even bother to do any more than
Well, I think
that.
they're all British. You know, I know the kid is that cute, chubby little kid.
Oh, the annoying kid, yeah. That every time you're flicking through Netflix, you can't. You're trying to skip it before it starts playing. Ugh, awful. Anyway, there you go.
He was in Jojo Rabbit. That kid.
Right. That doesn't excuse him for making Home Sweet Home Alone. But anyway, right. So before we get into the film, there's not a lot. The opinions, what you think about the film, we can just go everywhere because the plot is very easy to describe. So we're not going to go into it in that much detail. But do we have some traps? Now, who would like to go first? Do you like to go first, Amy, and then you, Rose? Okay,
Really,
Rose.
Mine's really underwhelming.
Okay, so.
Well, do you want to hold it up to the camera and try and let me see if we can get this right? For everyone on YouTube, do you want to?
Right. Okay. So.
Talk us through what you've got, Rose.
Yeah.
So
Man, you. Good.
it's a Christmas tree, but the pines are actually needles, and they shoot out.
Oh, brilliant.
And after them, the star shoots onto somebody, and there's a picture of two people.
Oh, good lord! It's like ninja stars.
Yeah,
That is pretty good. I like that.
Oh yeah, I like that. Is there a motion sensor so that when you get too near the tree, it starts firing pine needles at you?
Yeah, probably.
Love that. Love that. Excellent.
And I gotta say, your penmanship is excellent. Blows my penmanship away.
Thank you.
Excellent. Right. Well, Amy, we've got motion censored pine needle attacking Christmas trees. What have you got?
Okay, right. Ignore what's at the top. I've just wrote a list of my top 10 movies, like rated.
Oh, so you're already doing research for the podcast that doesn't exist yet?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's okay.
Okay. It's quite hard to understand.
Well, you're on green screen.
I'm on
So
green screen.
no, hold it there. Right. Okay. So I think it looks like a fan.
No. Like it starts up here.
Oh, okay.
So this is the door.
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah, just stay
It's not
there.
gonna work.
Just stay there.
So
Like that. That's
there's
fine.
a door.
Yep.
And then when you open the door, you slip on the slime.
Oh.
But there's a can of paint at the top. So when you open the door, the can of paint falls on you. You slip on the slime. You go. I don't know. You go round, and then. Hang on. And then you hit a wall.
Right. Okay.
And then somehow the wall starts vibrating, therefore unleashes a thing of feathers.
Is this set in space or something? Or... Okay.
And then
Right.
the
Okay.
feathers fall onto the.
So I'd say what you've done there. So what you've done is you've cobbled together loads of different things to make one big set piece.
I couldn't think of anything, so I just did a load of stuff from Home Alone.
And it has to be Marv that goes through that. I think it has to be.
He already went through the thing of paint before, yeah.
Right. Anyway, let's talk about the film. I thought those were brilliant. I think it's a dead heat. I thought both of them were perfect. The star in the head though is that might be a bit tricky to get through a kid's film, but I love it. It's great. So the film itself, same film as before except in New York. There we go. Thank you everyone. Cheers. Thanks. Good night. No, it's. I don't understand. I mean, if you these are little things, minor annoyances. Two things. Why is there only one alarm clock in the house, considering what happened 2 years before? And we're assuming it's 2 years before. Or is it a year before? Because they go away every year.
It was filmed 2 years later, but it's actually supposed to be a year later, from what I read.
Why hasn't she got him on the sort of teenage equivalent of baby reins? I mean, you don't. First of all, you don't have one alarm clock in the house because that's what happened last time. Second of all, you make sure that he's pretty much like giving him a piggyback so that you don't lose him. And yet, the same thing happens again.
This is the pre-smartphone era, though, isn't it? So nobody's got their phone by the bed. There's still such a thing as toy stores, so it's a pre-Amazon era. So even though '92 wasn't that long ago, it just shows actually how much time has passed since then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in one of the scenes, Twin Towers was still there. So.
Oh, yeah, on a more somber note,
Absolutely, yeah. And that's a good point because they actually took that out of the TV version after 2001, and it only recently got put back in 2017. So it was taken out as a mark of respect. So they didn't show that bit.
Yeah, I used to work in the World Trade Center. I was on the 97th floor and Tower 1, which had the antenna. and there's no way he could have gotten up there.
Right. Okay.
Like they had an observation deck, but it was behind glass. That was for like the helicopter landing pad over there. So I don't know how the hell he got up there.
Well, he's quite a resourced little guy. So,
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe he did a Die Hard. He stopped the lift and then pulled it over. Oh, Home Alone Die Hard. Like mix up.
Home Alone hard.
That might be that we might have trouble with the sensors on that one, but yeah, okay. Let's work on the title.
Oh, I had a question for you. If maybe this is in trivia, I guess it's not. But why does this have like a title in it, like Lost in New York? Because wasn't it? It's Home Alone, and then Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and then
that's right. Yeah.
And then it's Home Alone 3, right?
And then it's Home Alone 3.
But there's no title.
Home Alone 4 taking back the house. Holiday Heist. Well, they do. They just mix and match. So yeah, it happens again, and quite not implausible enough for you to go, yeah, well that would never happen, but just enough for it to go, yeah, all right, okay. As you said, Dom, it's pre-technology, and you know.
I thought the airport chase scene was quite well done, really. Yeah, I mean, plausibility is not like the number one criteria, but it was entertaining and fairly slickly filmed and edited. I thought it was good. You know, when he's chasing the wrong guy onto the plane. Yeah, we like that, didn't we?
Do we think Kevin? This one for you, Amy. Do you think Kevin gets a hard time from his family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't seem to get on with the other siblings.
Yeah, because when Buzz does the candle thing, starts like drumming his head with candles.
Yeah.
The family like just see right through it, whereas Kevin, he's like, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And he does get a hard time with everything.
Yeah. And suddenly, where did Buzz get this? Oh, I'm one of the people. Why is Buzz the lawyer in this, making the case for the defense and the case for everything? I'm like, who put Buzz in charge? Basically, Buzz should have been, we saw what happened, Buzz. You're guilty. Pretty much, you know. You're not coming on holiday. You're going to go and stay with Uncle, I don't know, the Baxter family in their haunted house.
But he apologized, though.
Yeah,
he was guilty, but he apologized.
Yes, but, however, Kevin is blameless in this. And he only pushed Buzz, so why did everyone else fall down?
Because they're idiots.
Because the people at the back, they fell forward.
As you do, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, okay. That's
true.
Yeah. All right.
My issue is I don't understand why these parents aren't in jail. First of all, like this is child endangerment 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They would have was it child services come and check out that family. They have too many children as it is. I don't know, how many children do they have? Like
6.
12. Is it 6?
It's about 6.
It seem like so many kids in that house, and they can't keep track of their children. That's insane. And they're so rich too. You would think they would have like a nanny or a maid or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's what always pissed me off. Well, like what Amy said, the parents are hard on Kevin. After what happened to him in the first movie, they should be bending over backwards, kissing his behind for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
For what they did to him.
Yeah.
And then they punish him again. It's like, well, I don't know. Did he sleep in the attic this time, or did he sleep in with the bedwetter?
He slept with Fuller upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
How come Fuller didn't wake up? How come? Oh no, sorry. Yeah, he did. I don't know. I'm thinking of the first one. Yeah. They're just. Yeah. You're right, Joe. They should be. There should be some criminal action done for this, especially when they're opposite the police and describing to the police about it. And they said, "Oh, you know, we haven't lost any. What's? I mean, it was even in the trailer. We haven't lost anyone yet. Touch wood. Knock knock." And they're all laughing about it. Be like, you go to jail.
That was a good line, though. Funnily enough, we've never lost the luggage. And, yeah, I thought that played to a comic timing you mentioned before.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was going to say too. Sorry,
no.
Kevin was a bit of a jerk in the beginning. You know, like he
Why?
seemed like he was arrogant, like when he had that little toy, and his mother was asking him, you know, did you pack? And he's like, yes, yes. You know, he just seemed like he wasn't as sweet as he was in the first movie. I felt.
Joe, he's 11 years old. I mean, as Dom's just said, cut him some slack. You know, if he's gonna, at least he's interacting with his parents. He's not just locked himself away, going, "I'm never going away with you again." Well,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I just poor, but you're right. I suppose he does come across a bit like that. So anyway, gets to New York. What about the hotel? What about the Tim Curry? I mean, he's very good in this. The one thing I did like about Tim Curry is the Grinch when he finds out that I know we're going all over the place, but we can do with this, where he turns into the Grinch, and you see his smile, and then he has the credit card's been reported stolen. I thought that's great. That's a really good line.
And when that scene was shown, everybody said he should play a live action Grinch,
right?
And instead they gave it to Jim Carrey. That was Jim Carrey did a decent job, but I would love to have seen Tim Curry play the Grinch. He would have been a better one, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's nice. New York looks lovely in Christmas. I don't know what it looks like now. I've seen some pictures online. It doesn't look as inviting as they say, but I'm sure they still have the Christmas, the Christmas tree. Is it at Macy's, Joe? Is that where it is? I mean, Dom.
Rockefeller Center.
Rockefeller Center, is it? Right. Did you see that when you were over there?
Well, we went in October, didn't we? So we haven't seen it there. But I've seen Christmas in Chicago is pretty nice. That's, I think American northern cities, at least, or northeastern cities do Christmas pretty well. It's very, a bit like London, perhaps. There's lots of lights. They've got the right weather for it. So, yeah, it's a good place to go and visit at Christmas, definitely.
What's a Florida Christmas? Are you just like...
it's lights. There's no snow.
Okay.
But I do go to Disney sometimes during Christmas, and they produce artificial snow. And
wow.
It's actually a lot better than it was in the past. It kind of feels like real snow. It's like cold. It sticks to you a little bit. But again, you don't have to shovel, which is pretty good.
Right. Yeah, well, I went to a party last night and I was outside and it was lovely. Just Christmas Eve, there was snow everywhere. It was very nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. Another annoyance. Amy, the name of the toy shop. is
That's
what?
not an annoyance.
It's a thing now, is it? Right, okay. So what's the title of the toy shop?
Toy Duncan's Chest.
It is. Definitely. Every time you see that, it flows. Toy Duncan's Chest. And we go, oh, look.
Wait. Is it called Toy, or is it called
Duncan's Toy Chest? But Duncan's is in the middle, and Toy is on one side, and Chest is on the other. And you always read it and go, it's Toy Duncan's Chest.
I didn't notice that.
Not Duncan's Toy Chest. Like, who's Toy Duncan?
But anyway, go on, sorry.
No, I was going to say that's supposed to be FAO Schwartz.
Oh, okay.
That exists in New York. It's like a big toy store. But I read in trivia that I think a lot of it was filmed in Chicago. I guess because that's what they like to do. John Hughes, anyway.
Right. Well, it looked lovely. I mean, in the same way that the toy department in Elf did, but obviously they had professional help with setting that one up. So the Sticky Bandits meet Kevin, and then somehow plausibly broken out of prison. And I like the little dalliances. I love the bit with the seemingly the string of pearls, or the fake pearls that he buys, puts them on the ground, and they slip on them. Nobody else does around there, but just them. But yeah, how does it hold up in the prism of 2022, where he pinches the bottom of the girl in front and starts to blame the others? It's funny, but do we look at it now and think, yeah, okay?
What did you think, Rose, when that lady had her bottom pinched?
It was funny, yeah.
You thought it was good because she gave him a slap and then later on gave him a punch. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she stood up for herself. I thought it was a bit of a feminist reaction. She didn't giggle or anything, did she? So, what do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you think, Amy? Do you like the introduction of the sticky bandits?
What? Oh yeah, in the back of the van.
Back of the fish van. Yeah.
With the fish. That's the smell of victory or something. I don't know.
Freedom.
Yeah. No, it's the smell of fish.
Yeah, it's hardly Braveheart, but yes, it's fish. It's the fish market.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw that scene. I saw them filming that scene where that girl slaps. Did she slap Marv?
Oh, she slaps Marv and she hits Harry.
Yeah, she did. Well, at the start she slaps Marv, and then the second time she slaps both of them.
She was a punch.
Oh yeah.
I think I saw them filming the one where she slaps Marv in the beginning because.
You actually saw it being filmed?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you kept that little nugget secret for what?
Well, I was saving it for this podcast.
Okay, well, there you are then. So there you go, Amy. Joe has seen Home Alone 2 being filmed.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Yeah. Wow.
Solid 10.
I feel left out now. So you go to Joe with that revelation. Dom and Rose, you've been to New York and you've seen all these wonderful places and everything. Well,
and then us.
And then us. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find something.
I got my Santa hat on.
Well, there you go. We got something going for us.
That's a win.
Anyway, what do we think of the pigeon lady?
Well, honestly, I thought this is where it dragged a little bit, perhaps. The kind of the sentimental bit. I know they have to introduce her character because she plays an important role at the end. But I could have done with less of her, to be honest. Is that a bit harsh for us?
Well, when he sees her and stuff, it drags on a bit with the pigeons because he sees the pigeons first, and then there's this whole scene about him realizing that one of the stones was her hat, and it's just a bit.
Yeah.
Slow,
I
by
agree.
that stage, you're looking for Herb and Marv, I think, to come back into it and get on with the carnage, really.
Yeah, definitely. Amy, what did you think of the pigeon lady?
I don't really like her.
Do you think it does?
I mean, she's had a hard time, like, with finding no love and, like, having no food all the time and, like, having no water and, like, not having anywhere to live. She just pigeons. Wait, hang on. If she doesn't have a job, how does she get the money to buy the food for the pigeons?
Great point.
She's on, presumably, the equivalent of welfare. Joe, does she live in the...
Well, it looks like she lives in Central Park, but yeah, I don't know how the hell she got into not Rockefeller Center, Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
She would have been arrested for sure.
But does she live there? Because she must sleep there.
Well, somebody needs to check out that place now. Because her homelessness is treated pretty lightly, and then there's that bit where Macaulay Culkin goes through the really seedy part, and there's ladies of the night and men under the influence of substances, which it paints a much darker picture. So a little bit of inconsistency there from the director, I thought.
You know what's interesting though is it's sad, but that's what Central Park is really like. It's like you don't go into Central Park after night because it's not a very nice place to be. If you're going to go into Central Park, you go during the day, and maybe you will meet a nice, friendly pigeon lady. But when that guy went up to Kevin and started screaming at him, and he got scared, I've seen that. So I felt that was very real.
I personally, I just think Kevin had a bad experience with the guy with the shovel that wanted to be reunited with his son. I thought he might have learned from that and just not taken people at face value and be so scared of the pigeon lady until obviously they couldn't get away and find out that she's really friendly. She's got a backstory. She's got all of this to go with. It's very important at the end. I know we're skipping slightly, but it's very important at the end that she throws the seed all over them, and I know Amy's going to like this bit where the pigeon pecks his willy. Yes, which we all point out, and we always laugh at that bit. But yeah, she's important. But yeah, Pigeon Lady.
Do you guys? I mean, I know. What do you have? Is it Trafalgar Square?
Yeah.
Is that where they have a lot of pigeons? And because I know in Mary Poppins they had a pigeon lady that would feed pigeons. Do you guys like pigeons over there?
They're essentially flying rats, aren't they? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Vermin. I don't know. Perhaps that's a bit harsh. What do you think, Rose? Fan of
I
pigeons?
love them, but everyone always chases them.
Yeah. Like
I'm often to be found just running, windmilling around car parks, staring up a store of pigeons. Yeah, not a fan.
Amy, you've always been a chaser of pigeons since you were little. You've always shooed them away. You're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Except the Leamington
I'd love
ones are hardcore. They don't. They're behind a fence. I know it sounds weird, but they're behind a fence. They can fly away, but there's just a gate. There's sort of like a gated fence between them, and you walk up to the fence and they don't move. They're kind of like, well, you can't come any closer, so we're not going to move. So yeah, we have hardcore pigeons over here. So let's get to the setup at the end. I know we're moving all around the place, but let's talk about the traps. What's everyone's favourite trap?
Oh, go on, I know what yours is.
I'll go last.
Oh yeah, I like the one when Marv tries to turn the tap on and then it shows him and he's getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
And then it shows his skeleton.
It shows the skull. Yeah, that's quality.
We have that as a little running joke, don't we, in our house? Of 10 electrocutions. Yeah, derived all from that. So that's your favourite, isn't it? I'll let Amy go next.
What's your favourite trap?
Well, just give me a minute because I didn't actually watch it.
Oh, we have watched it, but we didn't watch it. Yeah, we didn't skim through it, but you remember them.
It's like 10 o'clock.
I think I can guess which your favourite one is. Do you want me to have a guess?
Sure, I don't even know what mine
The
is.
toilet?
That's the only one I can think of, so yeah, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, but we do laugh very much at where he's been electrocuted in the sink, so that's a great one, Rose.
The paint as well.
The paint falling on that sink.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Dom?
No, they're all good. The bricks.
No, it's better than the first one. I mean, I did like the spider in the first one when he puts the spider on his face, and that scream that he lets out. It's just perfect. It's just great. But yeah, two's got better stuff. Dom.
I mean,
you laugh at all of them. Yeah. And anytime anyone gets injured, he laughs his head off.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
For me, this is the film. These series of violent acts. I mean, I like the bricks at the beginning. I think they're quality. God. And I'm not sure they fully reflect the damage a brick would do from that 4 or 5 stories up. But that's good. The nail gun, nearly blinds him, doesn't it? But we all have a good chuckle at that. But I'm quite partial to the one where they think they've got it covered, where the 2 paint cans swing and they're pretending that they've been hit by it. And then there's a third, which is a big hefty piece of piping that comes down and just takes them out completely onto the ground floor. That's probably my favourite that hasn't already been covered.
Yeah, definitely.
Dad, I've got my favourite one.
What? It's the bricks.
Yeah, the bricks, but there's the rope with kerosene.
Ah, right. Okay, yes. Why does this rope smell of kerosene? Why would anyone put a rope in kerosene? Aha. Okay, Joe?
Yeah, also the bricks.
Also the bricks.
No, I think I'm with Rose with when he gets electrocuted and you see his skull, like for a brief moment. That's pretty funny.
Do you want to try and recreate it, Rose, for the benefit of our viewers? No? Well, there you go. That was on the house.
There you go. To put on the spot. I'm gonna have to go with the bricks. I mean, the brick scene is just funny. It's just, it's well done. When that brick sound hits, that hurts, and it makes it even more funny. Despite the fact that I don't think I put it in trivia. There was so much trivia to go through that I've just really, really, really had to shorten it. But one of the doctors went, at the minimum, he's got brain damage, but most likely he would just be dead after 3 bricks hitting him. Yeah. But it's so funny. But then, so would put your head in a toilet full of kerosene. I mean, he's not coming out of that alive, really, is he?
After first walking around with your head on fire, rather than instinctively pulling your hat off, just walking around looking shocked. I thought that was always entertaining.
Yeah.
No, I loved in the first movie, like when he opens the door and they have like the little flame canister and it lights his head on fire and he screams. That's pretty funny.
That's your Wile E. Coyote bit, isn't it? It's just like, yeah.
I think it's my favorite part of like all of the Home Alones.
Yeah.
Just to see his face is pretty funny.
It's good.
Yeah, I think personally, this is one of like, it's not like a best thing or anything, but like I love how he like controls his handstand before putting his head into the toilet. Like he's just there and then he like goes down. It's just so perfect.
Absolutely.
That's my bit.
And then the nice reuniting at the end, which I thought was really, really well done. Despite the fact that this another little annoyance. Why would the Duncan from Toy Duncan's chest? Why would he know where they're staying, and B populate it with presumably
I know the answer to
cost
that.
cost lots more than the money that he was losing, or that he got back.
Well, he knew where they were because when Kevin threw the rock, he used the paper from the hotel.
Oh,
So
right, okay.
It had the name of the hotel on there.
Okay.
So he must have just gone to the hotel and said, "There's a little boy here,
He
blonde
must
haired
have given
little
them
boy."
like 100 grand's worth of presents. I mean, they were literally everywhere in this suite. But anyway.
Maybe he stole them from another toy store. That'd make a better movie.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, there we go. So we was going to have a little short one, obviously, because we've got so many of us on here. But I think we'll just move to trivia time because I've got some belters. Should we move to trivia time?
Yeah.
You're going to love some of these. Okay, here's trivia time.
Trivia time.
So, did you know all the children that appeared in the Toy Store scene were allowed to take their favourite toy home as part of the salary? I think that's great. There you go, kids. You can take home your favourite toy. Tell us how much it costs. We'll take it out take it out of your salary.
I would have taken one of the little houses, that they were hiding in.
Oh, you'd have that, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good choice. Amy, you probably don't remember what was in the toy store, but imagine a toy store. What would you have? What would you take? In fact, back to you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, back to you, Rose. Have a think about. You can not just the toy store in Home Alone. You can pick any toy. What would you take from a toy store? So there you go. So question to you, Amy. Yeah.
I'd take the whole Christmas tree.
Right. Okay.
I'd take the Christmas tree because that's one less thing that we have to buy for Christmas.
Where are we going to put it? It's a big Christmas tree.
And it's a pain in the ass flying that all the way back to your place.
Yeah, but like it's a Christmas tree, so
would it make it? I don't know.
Yeah, customs might not allow it.
Yeah, gets back and it's a box full of pine needles that haven't been fired like from the Christmas tree with a motion detector, Rose. But yeah, but there'd just be loads of pine needles everywhere. Okay. So what would you pick, Rose?
So you get these really cool, what do you call it? It's like a hoverboard, but it's it's got wheels and then it has a handle sticking out from the front. I can draw a picture of
I know what you're talking about.
Like an e-scooter type thing.
No, it's like police sometimes use them as well, I think.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. Usually she's a girl of more modest taste, certainly compared to her sister and her Christmas list. You're pretty good, aren't you? But
I would ask.
You just get the Segway. You just been asked for a Segway for Christmas. I think
Rose
that's
a mobile Rose. I'm not sure the world's ready for that yet.
Yeah, I would ask the toy store. I want a list of all the toys, and I want them sorted in the order of most expensive.
The PS5. If you can get one. The toy store goes, I'm not a miracle worker. Can't get one of those. So, even though it didn't work and was created specifically for the movie as a prop, Macaulay Culkin was allowed to keep the talk boy. Now, I'm sure if we went on his podcast, he's shown that. He must have done. He must have gone, oh, look at this that I've had. So, yeah, I would expect that. Do we want to know what the French man who was on the plane says to him?
Yes.
You do want to
I
know?
did know some words.
Did you?
I'm so happy.
Did
you speak French?
I like going to. No. I'm a tourist. I'm not. I'm a tourist. Yeah.
That's pretty good, Amy. And you haven't seen it this year?
Well, no.
Well, we saw that bit.
I saw that bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's a tourist.
What he actually says is, "What's that? I'm from France and I'm a tourist here." So there you are, Amy. It's my first time coming to America. Do you know a good restaurant? Or maybe your parents, they know a good place. Why aren't you responding? You speak a bit of French, right? I don't speak English at all. Give me a bit of help at least. My name is Andrew. Andre, what's your name? That's what he says. And that's kind of odd that even if you didn't speak French, that's kind of odd to say all that in English. Okay, stop. Let me answer your questions one by one. Don't just like pile them on. So there you go. If you were wondering what he said, that's what he said.
It's probably good that they kept out the subtitles.
Yes. Although I might go back and switch the subtitles on and see if that matches up, which I'm sure it does. So the Plaza Hotel used to offer the Home Alone experience around Christmas, where guests could pay to stay in a room similar to the room in which Kevin stayed, receive Home Alone gifts, including the movies, and take a limousine and see some of the filming locations, including the toy store. So obviously, FAO Schwartz. But that stopped in 2008. So yeah, they didn't do it anymore. I shudder to think how much that cost. Probably tens of thousands, I would say.
Well, that irritated me that the father got so pissed off that what did Kevin spend $956 on room service?
Yeah.
Look, you abandoned your child. Cut him some slack.
Yeah, exactly. $967. Do you want to know what he spent it on? This is going to sound like on the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. So, 2 chocolate cakes. I'm not going to sing it all. 6 chocolate mousses with chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream topped with M&Ms. Chocolate sprinkles, cherries, nuts, marshmallows, caramel syrup, chocolate syrup, strawberry syrup, whipped cream and bananas. 6 custard flans, a pastry cart, 8 strawberry tarts, and 36 chocolate-covered strawberries. And that came to $967. Well, have you ever had a Coke out of the mini bar in the fridge?
No,
about
I don't.
About £4.
That also included gratuity too.
Yes. So yeah,
well, if you tip with chewing gum, that's a secret to being thrifty.
And there's plenty more where that came from. Absolutely. So did we recognise Duncan from Duncan's Toy Chest from anywhere? I know we didn't cover him in trivia time.
No, it just looks like an old man.
Dom, I'm looking at you.
No, I regret to say I don't recognise him now.
He's Roy Wally from Wally's World.
Oh, right, yeah.
In National Lampoon's Vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays an equally nice guy because he lets them all off. Every time I think of that film, I just get John Candy in my head, and it's just wonderful, amazing. So the next one, I think I've already said that about the Twin Towers. So the Talk Boy, so the tape recorder, which didn't work, so it didn't exist. It was actually because it became such a big hit. Tiger Electronics created and distributed a real version of the Talk Boy, along with its pink and purple counterpart, the Talk Girl.
What's a Talk Boy in the first place? What is it?
It's a blue version. It's a blue version of a recorder, and the girl is the pink version. So you can have a Talk Girl. In this day and age, you can have whichever Talk something that you would like?
Yeah, they used to have a Walkman, which was that was the first cassette recorder, portable. So I guess that's why they called it a Talk Boy, because it was for children, mostly for boys, I would say. And then you said they had a Talk Girl too.
Talk Girl, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's what they were trying to rip off Sony, I would say.
Right. Okay. Anyway, anyone else got any trivia?
I just had a question. Did you hear about this whole fan theory that Kevin is actually, and I know you girls haven't seen it, the horror movie Saw, that he's supposed to be the main character in Saw?
I have not heard that. No.
Go on, elaborate, Jay. You've got my curiosity.
Well,
Yeah.
Actually, I was hoping that you guys did know.
Oh, right,
I don't know
okay.
too much about it, but yeah, that's the big fan theory going around. That
That he's Jigsaw?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
What?
my
Because he
God.
just.
Can I
What?
just say, I just had a look at the match. It's 2-2.
Oh, right. Okay.
Argentina v France.
No.
It's gone into extra time.
Oh,
Oh,
right,
no way,
okay.
really?
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Well, we had finished the podcast. Let's at this point, Dom's drumming his fingers and going, "Yep, I think I need to go." Can I just say it's an absolute pleasure having you on, Amy and Rose. It was great. Thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, you can't join us for the next one because we'll be discussing space aliens in the film Aliens, which yes.
Although
Definitely not
I
ready.
am going to watch that with her sister, who
Right.
didn't enjoy Alien at all. She's only 14, nearly 15, so
Right.
it was a bit too not scary enough. But I'm hoping to terrify her with Aliens.
Well, Alien and as we'll discuss, they're two different films. Both of them outstanding. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. So we'll do all the WhatsApp magic, and we'll find a date and time that we can do when we can record that podcast. That'd be
Before
great.
we finish, Rose just wants to share her 2 of her 10 out of 10 films that she's.
Oh,
beloved
yeah,
for.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I can only think of 2. But
Okay.
I've got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone,
Ooh,
and then
choice.
Minions, just all of them.
What the first Minions film?
All of them.
All of them.
That's them all,
I like
yeah.
Despicable Me and all that.
Yeah.
I like
good.
those too.
Amy, do any of those get onto your solid 10 list?
No.
Oh,
They're probably like an 8.
would you put any of the Harry Potter films as a 10?
What
Come
are
on,
they? Go through all of them.
Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay, so you got Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone, as it was called over in the States. You've got the Chamber of Secrets.
Prisoner
You've
of
got
Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban. The Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, Goblet of Fire, put that as 10. I
Really?
love that.
Order
Yeah.
of the Phoenix.
No.
Half-Blood Prince. Half-Blood Prince is amazing. No?
Oh,
got a
I,
big
I
arc
hate
out.
that scene where Dumbledore has got to drink this thing.
Oh yeah, that's pretty dark. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it needs to be done though, Amy. Otherwise, you can't kill Voldemort.
I don't get it though. Like I don't get why he drinks it.
Right.
Because it didn't lead to anything.
Yeah.
No, it did. It had the thing in the bottom.
Well, I thought that it basically he drank all of it, but he didn't need to. I need to watch
Yeah.
it again.
Okay, probably need to read the book.
Yeah, I
Um,
did read the books. I did want to say to Rose, I'm glad you said that was your favorite Harry Potter movie, because that's my favorite Harry Potter movie. I love the first 2, and then as they get older, I don't enjoy it as much. But I like when they're kids and they're just
Yeah,
having
'cause they
doing
get
fun things.
darker, and then they always shout at each other in the when they
Yeah,
get old.
we like the Harry Potter films when they're like a nice warm bath, aren't they? Nice comfort watching, small bit of peril, and it all gets wrapped up nicely at the end, not people getting traumatized and
I
killed.
do like the Goblet of Fire though.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there you go. See, you've got somebody for your podcast you can do if you ever solid 10 starring Amy Hunter. I think all the Harry Potter films are pretty good. I think there's another couple of 10s in there. Prisoner of Azkaban is my favourite one by.
Well, I'll just say
quite a long
really
way.
quick mine. Pulp Fiction, Godfather 1 and 2,
Okay.
2001 is Space Odyssey.
Oof.
I can't think of probably any, probably when but those are my favorites right then and there. Maybe The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, we've got some classics in there, Joe. Amy, last any other solid tens? Or are you going to keep them back for
Yeah.
your?
Okay, so Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Of course.
And Encanto.
Ooh.
Encanto is amazing. It's the best animated movie.
So you stumbled across
Over
a
Inside
family.
Out.
We've got a family issue that we need to sort out. Big Hero 6 is a 10. Inside Out is a 10.
Okay, yeah, Inside Out. Yeah.
Encanto's a 4.
You guys are all
Shots
crazy.
fired.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Encanto's, because I was a
joking.
big fan when it came out, but now I'd say it's more of a 7.
Amy, look
The
at that.
woman was too stunned to speak.
Check you out.
I can't stand Encanto. I'm sorry. You know.
See,
I love Coco. Coco is like one of my favorite
Coco's great.
Pixars.
Okay.
Anyway, everyone knows where to find us because we are here. We now have a website. Have you checked out our website, by the way?
No.
No? I know you said there was an issue about it on mobile. I think that might have been fixed now. So yeah, go check out the website. rustyjokepodcast.com. Oh, that's the first time I've said it. Wonderful.
Well, I'm gonna really push Amy and Rose. Tell your dads to show you A Christmas Story because Christmas is coming up. That's like a big movie over here. I'm just curious to see what you guys think about it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Highly rated over here.
Okay,
Right, let's do it, Rose.
let's
Yeah?
do it. Okay.
What do you say then, Rose, to everybody?
Bye.
We wish everyone a Merry Christmas, aren't we, as well, Rose?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Yeah.
yeah. Nice.
We forgot
Amy?
to talk about that part too. That was fun.
Amy, do you want to say goodbye?
Cheerio.
That's it. All right. Okay.
Cheerio.
So you're definitely acting like mum. Brilliant. Like it. Joe, where can everyone find you?
Oh, I do a podcast called WDWNT Nerd Alert, and Charlie is on from time to time, and we have fun with that. So you can check us out there.
And it is great. It is great. It's better. It's not better when I'm on it. It's genuinely
Yes,
always
it
good.
is.
Oh, it's always good. It's always good. It's very good. Anyway, right. I would bid you goodbye. Merry Christmas to everyone, and have a I was going to say have a happy New Year, but we'll be back soon. So I'll see you then. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.